World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha is criticizing Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying Putin is wasting the world's time. This comes a day after high-level talks between the United States and Russia ended without any real progress toward ending the war. The BBC reports Ukrainian Foreign Minister Sybiha said Russia must stop the bloodshed and warns that if Russian President Putin ignores the world again, there would be consequences. Still, he says the U.S. delegation described the discussions as positively significant and even invited Ukrainian officials to continue talks in the United States soon. On Tuesday, U.S. President Donald Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, along with Jared Kushner, met with Putin at the Kremlin for nearly 5 hours. The White House says they have since briefed U.S. President Trump and called the meeting thorough and productive. The U.S.-Russia meeting followed several days of consultations with Ukrainian and European leaders who feared Washington might agree to terms too favorable to Moscow. In other news overseas, Japan is planning to add buyers' nationality to its property registration database to help the government track foreign ownership. GG Press reports Japanese Digital Transformation Minister Hisashi Matsumoto recently announced the plan. Right now, people buying property like condominiums don't have to report their nationality. The digital agency hopes to launch the upgraded database by the year 2027 or later. Japanese Digital Transformation Minister Matsumoto says Japan needs a system that can centrally monitor foreign property ownership, especially as concerns grow that foreign investors may be contributing to rising condo prices. The government is also reviewing rules on land purchases by foreigners. This follows a recent survey showing that 3% of new condo buyers in Tokyo from January to June were overseas residents. And finally, a magnitude 6.5 earthquake shook the Fiji Islands early on Wednesday. WAM reports the quake hit at 1:35 a.m. local time, with the epicenter located in the South Pacific, just south of Fiji. So far, there are no reports of injuries or damage. Meanwhile, authorities continue to monitor the situation. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.